Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aries, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer and more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, like peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you've got the Star card, right? So hope, optimism and joy are going to be a big part of this week for you, which is lovely on the run up to the holiday season. But what this really speaks to me of is this is about you really starting to understand what your new goals are. This is about you really reaching for your own personal guiding star. So this could be something that you're listening to this week, or something that shows up for you on that internal plane that only you can hear, that only you can see. This might come as a flash of insight. It might come as a distinct desire or a hope that you really feel pulled by, or what's the word? Oh gosh, I've forgotten the word that I'm looking for, but this could see you being pulled in a direction, right? This could see you feeling like really guided by something, or even like maybe you're hearing something that only you can hear. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, or that it's not real, or that it's only in your head. It just means that this is something it's almost like this is bubbling up from within you, right? And the universe is basically saying, go for this. This is what you really need to be aware of. This is what you need to head towards, right? So allow yourself to take that moment, allow yourself to really listen to your inner self this week, because there's likely to be some goal, some wish, some hope, that some desire that shows up for you, and not just the thing itself that you want, but the steps or the path that you might need to take towards getting that, or making it a reality for yourself. It's never easy when this stuff happens, because sometimes, like, you know, it almost appears out of nowhere, and you know, maybe the people around us don't understand what we want to do or why we want to do something, but it's like we can feel or hear something in us, and it's like it's calling you, you know, to every fiber of your being. And remember, one of the key words for this card is trust, right? Trust between you and the universe, you trusting yourself. So whatever this thing is that comes up this week, you've got to listen to yourself, right? Trust yourself, trust your gut, and more importantly, trust your path, trust your inner guidance, all right? So with that said, if you haven't got your seat for the winter solstice yet, what are you waiting for? I have two very special guests. There's going to be astrology, numerology, there's going to be tarot, there's going to be future life progression, there's going to be human design. So I have Denise. If you saw the Venus retrograde special, you know, you really want to check it out. We talked about some really awesome stuff in that. Denise will be one of my guests, and so will Heather from Astrology with Heather. So if you don't have your seat, you can get yours on the link in the description box below. You do not want to miss this. And yes, this year there will be a replay. So for your actions and options, you have the Father of Pentacles. So in this deck, it's the Father of Pentacles, but it's actually the King of Pentacles, right? So whatever this idea is, it has a very practical element to it. This could be about your career. This could be about your finances, your resources. It could be about your home. There's something about you that you are wanting or needing to elevate. And the path, the steps, the things that you need to make that happen are likely to show up for you this week. You're very, very focused on something on a material level. So it's kind of like this week, you know, you're probably in the holiday spirit, as they say, but there's something about you this week that has a really strong sense of determination. It's like what or who people knew me as. That's not all I am, and it's not all I'm going to be. I don't know why, but I just get this really powerful sense that this week something's going to make sense to you. Something is happening for you on that really deep sort of level. Now, that being said, you've got this coupled with the Star card. So the King of Pentacles can be an earth sign male, a Taurus, a Capricorn or a Virgo. This might be somebody that really, maybe through a conversation with somebody, they highlight something to you that has you say, yes, that is what I need to do. That is where I need to go, right? I will say as well, with the star card energy this week, you might seem a little bit out of sorts to everybody else, but that King of Pentacles suggests you know exactly where you are, you know exactly what you're going after, right? So even if you can't necessarily find the words for that, don't worry, you will. Speaking of words, for your communications and conversations, you have the Temperance card, right? So I love this, right? Look at this. It's a very different Temperance card, right? And what this suggests to me, the process of alchemy, right, which is one of the words that we use for the Temperance card, is exactly that. It's a process. It's something that takes place or shape over time. Your communications, your conversations this week, they're going to take you on some really amazing twists and turns. I gotta be honest with you, the Temperance card can see us playing piggy in the middle at times, so it might be this week that you're having to mediate between people, especially because you've got the star card there, which can represent your groups or your tribes. So maybe you're, doing that thing where, around the holidays, everybody gets a little bit tense or a little bit terse. Maybe you're having to step in on something, right? One, that dynamic could show you personally how far you've evolved. And two, this could also show you, or, through your conversations this week, you could start to understand where it is that you need to adapt something, where it is that you need to change something. For some of you, I'm just going to call it as I see it, this could be a week where you decide to find a counselor or a therapist or somebody that you can speak to, that you can use as a sounding board to really work out some of the bigger ideas and goals that you've got going on at the moment. It doesn't have to be a therapist or a counselor. I'm saying that because you've got the Temperance card, which tends to rule those kinds of people. But with this King of Pentacles, it could just as easily be a business coach or, a life coach or somebody that's going to help you get from where you are to where it is that you would like to be, right? Especially with all of these new goals and visions that you have. If you're employed by somebody else, look, one way that this could show up for you is maybe you start to see how the culture of the work that you work in, something about that this week could come up for discussion, could come up for review. I'm not going to say that it has anything to do with race, but that might be it. It might be something to do with the gender pay gap, the gender equality pay gap. This could be a number of things. There might be some sort of office politics that comes up this week. Now, the interesting thing is usually Aries likes to get into the melee of it all, but it's like this week you're kind of saying, you know what? I'm done with the drama. I don't really want to do that, but what are the solutions here, right? It's like you're keeping everybody focused on what the positive outcomes could be. That's actually a really good place to be, especially because you're demonstrating those leadership qualities that you're known for. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, in a way, if you have employees, this could be you, maybe you're the one that's trying to stop the descent, or maybe you're trying to put something in place. And I got to be honest with you, there might be a little bit of kickback, right? You might, maybe you're trying to implement something, because you feel that it's actually a really good idea. Again, maybe people aren't necessarily seeing your vision, so you've got to find a way to speak it. You've got to find a way to bring it down to the ground so people can understand how this is actually going to work. The same if you have no employees, this could be your clients. Maybe you're changing something about your business or your business model, and maybe they don't quite get it, right? So because we're coming into holiday season, a lot of this stuff is probably going to happen, after this week or into the new year. If this is the case, use this week to put something in place where you say, okay, I'm changing direction. My clients, my subscribership or whatever it is may not necessarily understand where that goes, so I'm going to do this in this way. All right, so I'm going to put something in place so that they're aware of what the changes will be. For those of you that are retired or no longer working, I would give yourself some extra time this week to really think about what your higher goals and aspirations are and how they shape up for the new life that you have, right? Because if you're not working, you have to find new ways to be productive. And when I say about, when I talk about productivity, or being productive. It's not like you have to be doing something every 5 minutes or you're not productive. It's about really finding some sort of structure to your day that is harmonious for the life that you want to live, whether that's more longevity, whether it's more money, whether it's more freedom, like whatever it is. This week, putting some sort of, at least considering what kind of a system you might be able to put in place to enhance the life experience that you're having may be very important for you. All right. With that, let's get into your love and relations. So you've got the Sun of Wands. So this is the Knight of Wands. All right. So, I mean, this is quite sexy and sensual and passionate and, you know, could be quite magical. For those of you that are single, this week you could be meeting somebody or speaking to somebody who has a very different outlook to you, but that's really, really attractive to you, right? This could be somebody that gives you the challenge. Maybe you put an idea forward or you talk about something and they give you like that whole sort of, well, actually, this is why you're wrong, or this is why, you know, or maybe you're right about this, but here's what you don't know about what your opinion entails. There's a sense here that this person may not necessarily rub you up the wrong way, but they might invigorate your spirit in some way. And it's because you are very, very different. But it's also, you know, there's something else about this as well. Like there's a familiarity there. No matter how different they are, it's like, wow, you know what, you're not afraid of me, or, you know, which to Aries is a very sexy trait, right? Let's be honest. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this could literally be a reignition of your spark, a reignition of your energy. This could be, you know, in a lot of ways, actually, this could be maybe some friction that's been needed. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes if everything just ticks along same, you know, sometimes that's where the restless energy actually comes in. So this could be very healthy in that regard. For your money and materials, you have the Six of Wands. So this is a great week for money, right? This is a time of, you know, reaching succession of some sort, especially because you've got it underneath this Temperance card as well. Whatever this new or goal or realization is for you personally, it has a really fortifying energy about it. The way that your money improves this week is through your outlook and also through your ideas. So it is self-directed, right? It is the Six of Wands, which suggests that this is results and rewards for things or efforts that you've already put in that's making its way to you. For your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your back, your heart, and your spine. Look after those aspects of yourself this week. I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice, but if you have anything come up, it may very well be in those areas. And then when it comes to your home and environment, this could be a change that happens on the home front, but it's one that's very much welcome. All right, so really, really interested. I just want to make sure that I've got this right, because for some reason there's a part of me that thinks that the full moon is this week, and then there's a part of me that's like, no, it isn't. No, it is. Yeah, I was right. So it's on the 19th, right? So on the very last day of the week is the full moon in the sign of Gemini, right? So let's see what's being highlighted and hit up here. The gate 23 and assimilate. Do you know what? This is so synchronistic with that star card energy, right? Because this card is about dreaming the dream, having the vision, seeing something in our mind, seeing something in the snow globe or the fantasy, and then finding a way to reach into that fantasy to pull it out into the reality, to make whatever we desire, whatever we wish for, real in some way, shape or form. I mean, this is super powerful, and this full moon may very well give you the idea or give you the steps that you need in order to make this thing real, in order to make it, you know, it's going to help you build the pathway, let's say. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff, a truly happy holiday season to you, whatever you do or don't celebrate. I truly hope you have an amazing one. Take care, and I will see you soon.